Hey everybody. I've been talking a little bit in some of my videos, especially the ones I did with Ronnie Van Zant, about a few of the items that I had that were his. Um, I love Lynyrd Skynyrd. I'm a big Lynyrd Skynyrd fan. Love their music. I loved that the guys remained who they were. You know, some of them kind of later on in years really lived well. I'd say like a lot of entertainers and that Hollywood thing takes over. But when Lynyrd Skynyrd first got started, and all the way up through '77 until the plane crash, I mean, the guys they were who they were. They had some nice stuff and some cool stuff, but it didn't change who they were. Um, love all their music, and I like a lot of different varieties of music. When it comes to Southern rock, Lynyrd Skynyrd is my band. When it comes to rock and roll, Rolling Stones is my band. Now, when it comes to more of the bluesy, which, you know, Bo Diddley is known as the inventor of rock and roll, so I'd say he goes back to my rock and roll with the Stones. I like Muddy Waters. I love Etta James, Howlin' Wolf, Johnny Lee Hooker. I love pretty much all music. I don't like jazz, um, and I'm not big on country music now. I like classic country like Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings, Charlie Daniels, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash. I like the classic stuff. Original Hank Williams. I like Hank Williams Jr. too. Um, but I'm more that kind of a guy, if that makes any kind of sense. I just don't care for new music at all, really. To be honest with you, I don't find myself listening to it. I'll go back and I'm that way with NASCAR. I won't watch any NASCAR. I don't care to watch that stuff. But if I can, you know, go back in history and watch the races on the beach on YouTube and stuff like that, man, I'm all over it. Because to me, that's when it was real. You know, that's what it was, and that's what I like. But I wanted to show you guys some of the items that I have, and some of this is in other videos that when I went to visit the Hell House location and the graves and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed because I'm holding my selfie stick. And you guys, my videos are not edited. They're just what they are. I don't know how to edit. I don't have any of the programs. I use a GoPro Hero 3 and a selfie stick. So for some of the comments saying this and that, it is what it is. I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and I hope I'm creating some smiles for others. I'm not in this for money. I'm not monetized, never will be. I'm doing this for other reasons. And for me, it's not about making those videos and this and that for money and everything else. So this is an old Bush beer can that I found on the grounds, digging down a little bit into the sand there where Hell House was. They had actually took let me give me a sip of tea, y'all. They had actually took a dozer through there once Hell House burned up. And there's a story behind it burning up that really nobody knows. I do know, and a few others, Gene Odom and a few others know, and have talked back and forth with. And Gene, me and Gene went out to dinner and everything, or breakfast really. Gene's a heck of a great guy. Hell House was pretty much burnt down. The man that owned it, they say, had molested these boys, and they went back and they burned the house down because of it. Now, before it was burnt down, I had a buddy that went there and was doing some work to it. And he says, man, this guy's ripping half the side of the house down for a few 2x4s that were bad. And I was able to get the 2x4s that came out of the side of the Hell House. And they were fine. Matter of fact, I think I got 8 or 9 of them, 10 of them. Now later on I got a few more, but they were actually used when we remodeled my house. My house was built way back, and it's got those same old 2x4s that are actually 2x4s, not what you get today. And we used them from the Hell House in my personal home here. Not only do I have the wood that was used there in my house, the meter can that was on Hell House is on the side of my house right now and in use. So some cool history, and I did that because of the Lynyrd Skynyrd thing. Also at that same location, I got a piece, and it's in the video, the piece of the old sewer pipe. And I got something that's really cool that I've done a lot of research on, and goes back to the 70s, and that's this old shotgun shell. Now there's a lot of stories of Ronnie Van Zant and the guys out there shooting the rattlesnakes and the gators and such that's coming up there to Hell House because it was right there at the river. So it very well could be from that. The era does go back to the early 70s. So for that shell, found another old beer top, and this is all in the area of Hell House. And a couple pieces of glass. This came out of the glass window from Hell House. Now I know many people look at this stuff and say, "Man, why are you collecting that junk?" And for me, it's not junk. You know, this is all part of that rock and roll history. And like I said, I am a big fan of Lynyrd Skynyrd. You know, I did the video on where the Lake Delancey, where Ronnie caught his big bass right before he passed. And that was, I'm into that stuff. So I got all that. Then last year, I had a heart attack, and when I had the heart attack, it really put me down. And at that time, I had the Bigfoot Guys page going, and very popular amongst people. And a fella that did this print contacted me, and he says, "Hey man, you know, you do so much for everybody else, because we use Bigfoot to create bigger hearts and change and difference, and help people, not put money in our pockets and try to be somebody that we're not." But he sent me this print that he did, and it's of Ronnie Van Zant, and he autographed it there, and I love it. It hangs inside my house. I took it off the wall just to show you guys. I've got a room on the side of my house, and that's where it's at. It's in there. Now, this is one of my prized possessions. This is Ronnie Van Zant. Of course, he's drinking a beer. And this was back in '76. But this is that beer can that Ronnie Van Zant's holding in his picture. So I'm very thankful for that. I think that's really cool, and to have that, I'll cherish it forever. But the coolest thing I have, and this is what I've been telling you guys about, on Ronnie Van Zant's, I think it was his 12th birthday, 11th or 12th, Lacey bought him a new fishing pole. Ronnie was a fisherman, loved to fish. Well, his daddy Lacey bought him a new fishing pole. And Ronnie had it for a while and traded it to another boy that lived there in Jacksonville. And through him and about a year and a half worth of work, we located it. And this is it. This is an original Zebco 66, I think it is. Yeah, 66, Zebco 66. Now, it was restored because it was Ronnie's. The rod that went on it is just, it's gone. It was deteriorated and broken, and only really like half of it left. I want to find another, the original rod end of it, even though it won't be from him, and put back on it. And actually, I'd love to go out and fish with it, but it was all completely restored, just like it was new. And that was Ronnie Van Zant's childhood fishing reel. Long story on how I got this, I'm not going to go into it. It is documented and heavily documented. I've been offered $5 grand for this, and I won't ever sell it. This is something, and I gave it to my son Harley, who's in the Air Force. Lynyrd Skynyrd, something I love, and you love something, you can't put a value on something, and it ain't, for me, it ain't about the money, never has been. And I need money just like everybody else, but I'm not going to sell my life and my soul and something I care about to get it. It just ain't worth doing so. So I just wanted to show you guys this stuff, and if I can do it, let me try this here. I want you guys to hear it. Let me bring y'all in some closer here, okay? I'll try to hold it this way so y'all can hear it. Isn't that nice? Still that same old sound, you know. Beautiful. And every part that was in this is still in it. Nothing was replaced. Nothing's new. It was all just redone. The cork is a little bit thinner because they shaved the cork down to get it to look like this. But it is it. So some of my prized possessions, and I told you guys about that, so I want to do a little video and show you that. And another day I'll do a video. Maybe I'll post a picture of it, of the meter can, on my Facebook page so y'all see that. But have this stuff, and it's cool to say that yes, part of Hell House is now in my house. And once I get my grass mowed, I've been dealing with a lot of heart issues, so I ain't been able to do much. I'm out here sweating to death right now. But I've got to get my grass mowed, and as soon as I get it mowed, I'll do a video and show you guys my house, because it resembles Hell House. And like I said, when we rebuilt, that's what we used, was the wood from the lumber from Hell House. So to say my house has that history here, and the meter can from Hell House, man, it's, for me, that's awesome. Rock and roll music history lives right here in my house, so that's cool. But hope you guys are finding the channel fun and entertaining, and if anything, giving you a reason to smile about something, or a reason to want to take your family and go create your own memories. So with that, I just want to show you guys this stuff, and y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.